We're back in the studio.
I know. I feel like we've had so many episodes that are not in the studio, so this is kind of nice. And it's a very nice day.
Did you do anything today?
I took a walk. Well, I worked.
Well, obviously you work. It doesn't work on days of the week.
I bet. Actually, I have to check on other basketball games before.
Yeah. But
let's go Celtics.
Yeah, but where'd you go? Ew, fuck the Celtics.
Let's go Bucks. I bet on your fucking Bucks.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the way to go. Welcome to the Could Be Better podcast, sponsored by FanDuel.
Yeah, right.
But where'd you go on a walk?
Around town. I went down the creek. There were so many people at Idiom and Steinhardt, and they were out on the creek, and it made me nervous, so I crossed the creek, and I walked on the other side of the creek, and then I walked down to where the Frederick Social is, whatever that is. Where they
that's
have
like
you ever been to that thing?
I've only heard cool things from people with families.
Okay. Well, and I went past. Well, I shouldn't. I wanted to give a shout. I won't even try to shoehorn it in. From what I understand, Jordan is running a live open mic at what is that called?
Frederick Social.
No. Is it at Social or is it at the house, the new tap house thing that's at the end of this string of businesses? What's it called? Yeah. Well, anyway. Go check it out. Jordan Miller is running.
Oh, it's so good.
He's running something, doing something somewhere. So, love Jordan, friend of the show, Camp Nightmare. Go check it out. But anyway,
the podcast, which at some point we love horror movies, and
that's right. We haven't been on.
And let me check. Our inbox is empty. JV, Jordan, what's up?
The fuck is your problem, man?
That's fine. We're Patreon subscribers.
Yeah, goddamn. We do the OnlyFans.
Hey, we'll do anything for fans. Speaking of doing anything for fans, Old Mother beer. I am drinking the delicious Direwolf Citra Deep. It is double Indian. I know I topped some of yours off. But Colin, when you were walking down the creek and you got to Old Mother, what'd you order?
Old Mother isn't on the creek.
No, I know, but after you got past the creek and you kept walking because you're like, oh, I need to go see our friends, our sponsor of the podcast.
I did. So I got a Hank. That's what I got. I got a Hank.
Did you get a burger?
I didn't. You want to know why? Because right outside the Could Be Better Studios was the 50/50 food truck.
And you got it. You got it there.
So I got 3 of them there. What's
crazy? 50/50. Do you know what it stands for?
50% meat, 50% not.
That's pretty good. Professional. No, it's 50% bacon, 50% hamburger.
Is that real?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So it's kind of like the smash burger, but that's how it gets kind of crispy and stuff. Anyway,
it says meat in the middle.
Ayo.
No, it does. That's their slogan on their truck. Yeah,
that's funny.
I dig that.
That's cool. But anyway, yeah,
Fuck Smash Burger.
Huh?
Fuck Smash Burger.
I like Smash Burgers.
They lasted 6 months in Frederick, Maryland.
Oh, the burger place. Because it was the GameStop logo. It was awful.
I was just thinking about this, digressing way too much, and then Chris is gonna say a bunch of stuff. But yeah. I realized the other day I have not been to a Five Guys in years, and I need to write that. I need to go get a Five Guys burger soon.
Let's do it. Speaking of Five Guys, let's do a Texas Roadhouse gift card giveaway.
Let's do it, yeah.
And whoever gets it can also accompany us for a lunch at Five Guys.
That's right.
So not only do you get a gift card to Texas Roadhouse, yeah, that's right. Use those arms. Yeah. So for those that are tuning into live feed on YouTube or just listening to us while you're in the shower or trimming your toenails or whatever,
you can either follow us, or you can subscribe on YouTube or pay $1,000 for our cameos.
Yeah,
which is we have that up Cameo.
Yeah. /couldbebetter.net.org. And but yeah, anyway, so if you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe, and then leave a comment saying new subscriber. I don't care if you're a long time listener, I forgive you.
I don't.
But go ahead and just subscribe on our YouTube channel, say new subscriber, and we'll know who you are, and then we'll follow up, and you can get a $20 gift card.
Sure.
You want to give me 21 so I don't forget it?
Yeah, I'll do that right now.
Yeah.
I'll take it out the box so you can see.
Boom. Thank you to Texas Roadhouse. Thank you to Colin. Thank you to everyone that's actually been going to the restaurant and checking out our billboard and saying all the nice things about it. But
let's go Miami Hurricane.
What our favorites, and I'm reading this now, so folks that are tuning into the live stream, you'll see me reading my phone like a bitch.
I
But
know, it sucks.
Here we go. New beer release at Old Mother Brewing Company is a French Pilsner. It's 4.2%. It's light and crisp, just like Colin on a soft, sunny, and breezy day.
It's always soft.
In the constant pursuit of the perfect pills, Old Mother presents the second iteration of their rotating Pilsner series.
I feel so seen.
The grain was grown in the Champagne region of France, which is renowned for the grapes it produces. Not surprisingly, this unique terroir is also suited for growing barley. This French Pilsner malt evokes a soft, fresh, bread-like character in the beer with little to no toast, but ever so present on the finish. God, this is like the nicest read ever, and I'm skipping to the bottom. But guys, let's just be real. This is like bread in a can.
Bread in a can.
What more do you want?
Carbs on top of carbs on
Maybe
top
just
of
bread.
carbs.
But you know what else where you can just get bread? Texas Roadhouse.
That's true.
So
for free.
please. Again, subscribe to us on YouTube. It's just YouTube.
Texas Roadhouse told us if you don't subscribe to us on YouTube, they will not allow me or Chris Perry in ever again.
And it stinks because that's our Friday spot.
I know. We go there every Friday. That's all. Oh, he almost fell over. But we have a great guest today. We do.
We have a fantastic guest today. So this is our first time back in the Could Be Better Studios for. I mean, it's been almost a month.
And we have special music for this. We have the specialties music.
Yeah, this is the originator and co-creator of this segment. She's here, Hannah Gorman, and from Specialties Royalty and Fame. So we're excited to have her on and talk about all the things that Specialties does in our community, for our bands, for our businesses, for schools, for all sorts of stuff. And obviously for people that are longtime listeners of the podcast, or even just at the season, you say Could Be Better gets you 10% off your first order. So I mean,
I know.
So it's a steal.
Go use that, man.
It's a
Print
steal.
some shirts.
Yeah, or get some hats, get some koozies. Live your life.
Yeah. What the hell is your problem?
It's funny that we're talking to each other. Like you're saying, like, what's your problem? Like, what's my problem?
What's your problem,
speaking of which, is it a Creed 3 poster?
Yeah. How did you know that? So
okay. So for folks that are not tuning into the live feed, so I'm looking over and he's got a Christmas tree, a box. Fuck off. I'm doing all your dirty laundry. You have a Christmas tree. You have a laptop bag. You have a double bass pedal, right? Or is that two singles?
They're two single pedals.
That's funny. And then there's a bunch of rolled up posters.
There's two movie posters.
Yeah, there's two. I can't see the one, but the other one, I see that it says Michael B. Jordan. So I'm like, okay, that's the big one's probably Creed. But then as I looked up, as I was saying Creed 3, I was validated because I saw it says Sylvester Stallone. So
right.
Like, okay, that makes sense.
So, Oscars. I went to see the Oscars in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania at the Midtown Cinema. I picked all the correct winners because that's just how it goes.
Wow.
But they were giving away movie posters at the end of the night.
Sure.
I took Creed 3 because whatever.
Is he shirtless?
I like the Creed movies. I do like the Creed movies.
Did you watch that one?
Not yet. No.
Big fan.
But I will say the one that Chris can't make out actually does mean a lot to me. It was a movie called Women Talking from my favorite director, Sarah Polley. And
what else does she do?
She did a movie called Stories We Tell, which I think is one of the 5 best movies I've ever seen in my life. She did a movie called Take This Waltz that had Michelle Williams and what's the guy? Jason. He went away.
Bourne.
No. He went away. He showed his penis on Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Segel.
Yeah, Jason Segel. Yeah.
He's doing that show on Apple TV Plus now, Shrinking. It's incredible. And he also did the AMC show Dispatches from Elsewhere. So good.
He's like kind of been quiet, which I like.
He did that. He also did that movie with the dude that nobody likes from Breaking Bad and Lily Collins on Netflix.
Lily Collins, hey, Phil Collins' kid. Man.
Yeah. She was on the Late Show a month or two ago, and when they came out, the band played the Tarzan song, and she didn't acknowledge it at all. And I was like, dude, respect. Yeah, she's
great. She's the new Audrey Hepburn, which might be on. I mean, she looks like Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah,
she
does.
did back in the day.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sarah Polley is one of my 3 favorite directors of all time in film, and perhaps on the next episode that you see, I'm gonna wear this brand new shirt that says Sarah Polley on it. There was an episode a month or 2 ago that said Kelly Reichardt. She's another one of my 3 favorite directors. So I was so pumped when Sarah Polley won for Women Talking. They said, we're giving away this poster. I grabbed it. I ran. I also grabbed a bag of popcorn. Thank you, Midtown Studios Cinema. Midtown Studios, too. check us out at Mystery Ton. So we have a great guest, and we also have a song that we have to play, correct?
We have songs, we have all sorts of things, but what better way to listen to songs than to go to a show at Old Mother and hear them?
That's right.
So we just have two. We'll do a couple, just real quick roll call. So because people have written in and said that this segment's boring, so we're gonna kind of go through it.
Have they really?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, no. The only people that write in is
been into that.
I know you would have. I give me feedback. Tell me what's like. Somebody did come up to me and say, "Hey, Chris, you don't talk on the mic enough." I'm like, I don't get close enough. I was like,
they don't want to hear Colin.
No, I mean nobody wants to hear me. All right, here we go. So tomorrow is All Those Slot, Cosmic Halitosis, and a touring Rapscallion. And
1, 2, 3.
Average Joey again. So this is Friday, April 14th. Again, Old Mother, All Those Slot, Cosmic Halitosis, and Average Joey. The next Saturday we have is.
No, it's not.
What is it saying? It's still going?
Yeah, you're still going. Go. Just finish this read
here
up.
We go. No, we're almost done. Sorry. So April 22nd, Mr. Husband, The Smashing Times, and Good Time Geordie.
Keep going.
And then we got 5/5. May 5th, Milestones, Glory, and Films on Song. And then Saturday, May 6th, High Noon Kahuna, who this next song is of, Dosser and Gaspers. Sure.
Go ahead, you do it.
Give me a countdown.
2, 1.
Oh man, we're here. We are here with Hannah Gorman. What a great song! That is an awesome song.
Oh, thank you.
By,
I love that song.
It's by the band High Noon Kahuna. They're Frederick Legends, right, Hannah?
Yeah, Frederick Legends indeed. Like, blow your mind. I definitely recommend listening to them.
Sure. We'll put them in the show notes as well. But so Hannah's here. So folks, for all season, you have heard us talk about the specialty segment.
Yes.
You can use 10%. Promo code could be better to get 10% off your first order. This is the person behind specialties.
All of that, and we went to the warehouse. We went to the place of business,
the facilities,
the
and
manufacturing location.
Chris and I spent 12 hours
straight sweating
making T-shirts.
Yeah. Do you have one? Oh, wait,
I do. Oh, Chris has some.
I was actually looking for one for myself to wear too, but I was like, no, I'll just support mother.
We have one with and you printed those shirts too.
We did.
But yeah, so we got to print these shirts, which is freaking great. Here's the back. Here's the back. Here's the back. It's so cool. So it's such small font.
No, I dig that so much, but
great.
you were like, for fuck's sake, that font is so small. Why do you want this from me, guys? And Chris was like, we need it.
It's amazing. It turned out great. It was good collaboration.
It turned out great.
I feel like Colin definitely contributed to the print process.
Oh,
in a
man,
very unique
dude.
way. You guys
I
got to
wore
see the
the
video.
same jacket. This is the season 2 jacket. Two's in.
Check this out. Give me your arm.
There we go.
Look at this.
You know, that's a lot of love going
Oh,
into that
man.
jacket.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
it's been bothering me this
word.
whole night.
Yeah.
So Hannah, so one of the things I think that makes specialties stand out, because I used to work at a print shop, oh God, over 10 years ago, and it was not the same operation when we went to the studio or at the manufacturing facility, the warehouse, and we got to see
my first experience ever.
Ever in a print shop?
That
Yeah.
makes
I
me
mean,
feel so proud.
yeah, but it should be because it's a legit
I will
operation.
never forget you, Hannah. I will never forget you.
That warms my heart.
It was
So-
my first.
Hey, listen, specialties. I heart specialties.
Yeah,
There's-
that's it.
I
Who
know.
wants to tattoo me right
That's
now?
right.
Go
we
ahead.
can
That's right.
we can find people, but so it's like going to the shop. It's awesome. Like you walk in, you guys have your like office space where you're doing stuff. You have all these print creatures, right? That are like
Yes,
printing all
the
these
machinery.
all the machines of doing all the
Creatures
stuff, and you
for
walk
a
in,
while.
and it's
And there's also staff. Those are not the creatures.
no,
Those are the
no.
humans.
No,
Oh, it's fine.
there are angelic staff
Wait.
that are there. Uh oh.
This is
Clean up on
I
aisle
just wanna
4.
make sure
It's fine.
you got-
Now your room smells better because it smells like cinnamon and it's real whiskey. You're
It's
welcome.
not my room.
Sorry, could be better studios.
This is honestly, this is for as
I
much of
choked
a.
on the first half of the shot, which is why I just tipped over on my phone. I couldn't finish it.
It's okay.
For as much
I
as.
think we're okay.
No, I just
I'm
wanna Get to
sorry.
your cap. I want to
Yes.
get to your cap in case if. We have never had a more hot mess episode than this, which I like.
Yeah.
very
We had
exciting.
our
And this
first.
please never end.
Yeah, for folks
There you
tuning
go. Can
in.
you get on you or anything?
Oh, sure, but it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll live.
All right.
But the facility is awesome. You just expanded recently,
We did.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
But the thing that's just so cool for me, and kind of I think where it made sense for you to be a sponsor on the podcast, was that it is a. I mean, you guys are just so community focused.
Very much so.
So you're all out in the community. You're doing stuff. You do this thing, which is I want you to kind of maybe tell our listeners a little bit about. Also, are these new jeans? Goodness,
I did. I got new jeans, man.
I just look back.
Just
I'm
for
like,
me?
I'm like, there's no.
Just today?
Do we have the same jeans? Look
I
at
mean,
your package, man.
I mean-
I'm looking at Chris's package right now.
It's a
I'm
it's a
gonna
small
look
cart.
over here.
Yes, but it's no. I'm like, I just looked over. I'm like, there's no holes. I was like, bro, this is. I'm so proud.
Yeah, I did. I got 2 new pairs of jeans for the first time in 15 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Could be better. Finally pays off. Okay, but anyway, so tell us where, like, what the idea was for you all to take a, literally, I guess, like your own screen press, screen press,
Yeah, screen printing machine.
and taking it to like on location and printing shirts like direct to people, like they can literally point and say I want this, and then you just do it. Where did that idea come from, and what is it like?
It's a great question. In our community, in our community of screen printers, it's better to be friends in the industry and have good connections. You just never know what weird circumstance may pop up, and it's good to have a buddy out there that will talk to you and like help you walk through it. So one of our good friends actually does it in a different state. They go and do events and they do live printing, and I was like, dude, nobody's doing that in our area. I think it could be a really cool market that's not tapped in our market. So I really wanted to like take advantage of that and say, hey, let's do it. So we invested in the equipment, and then we figured out a way to make it work for the public. So the way that works well for the public is if we have, let's say an example, like a brewery that wants to have an event, but they don't want to invest in the merch. Then we collaborate with them. We come up with the design. We help promote the event. We show up. We bring a mobile press unit, dryer, and we just start slamming out shirts to the public, and we do process the sales, and that's how we're paid. But it's really great because we will promote the brewery or the event, and they promote us, and then we get a chance to hang out with the public and see what we do. Now, a lot of that is more of the manual screen printing side of things,
Sure.
but the public has no idea how much it can really go into it, so they really get a lot of joy about, hanging out with us, seeing what we do. And then there's people that now come out to get their specific shirt because they want to continue to make sure they got their specific shirt for that event.
Yeah.
So people now know, hey, if they see us coming out somewhere else, hey, I got to get that shirt. So I'm trying to get 17 specific shirts in everybody's closet in Frederick at least.
17's a good number.
Yeah. And eventually that'll turn to 27, but
Yes.
You have taken such an approach when it comes to doing this, connecting with the community. And that, I think, is very, I don't want to say it's rare because that becomes insulting to other people, and I don't want that to happen.
But who else is actually doing it?
Well, okay, but I don't want to be shitty. I'm not going to be shitty. I'm just going to say that I really feel like you have a focus on this community, this artistic community, be it music or anything else. Like, you could print shirts for anybody who wants it. At what point did you decide, hey, I want to be this connected to this community doing this stuff?
Well, generally speaking, as a business manager, if you want to just sling a sale, you could do that any day.
Right.
But if you really create a deep connection and you can see that there is an area of opportunity there where you can help elevate and lift people up through what you do, you're not just creating a sale, you're creating a longtime friend, somebody that you're interacting with that wants to come back and hang out with you. And that's the long-term feel-good that makes better sense.
Like, through these transactions, through the business stuff, like, have you already made friends and relationships
100%.
that, like, you could not trade for anything in the world?
Yeah, we work with people all over the nation and even internationally that say, hey, this is my girl. This is the company I want to work with because they know, A, we're available. B, we care about what we're doing. We always look at something and say it could be better. Get it? Get it?
She owes us 50 cents.
That's right.
And we don't settle. We don't settle for, hey, we always
settle.
are trying to learn. But we always try to say, hey, how can we do it any better? How can we make it, stronger, better, faster?
Yeah.
And we try to do it together as a team. And our team takes pride in every single aspect of what we do because they know that that person that's going to end up wearing that shirt or selling that shirt at the brewery, it's not just a t-shirt. We are literally changing people's lives. Like, for example, whether it's like printing it for a brewery when they are promoting a beer and it's helping their business, or we actually printed shirts for, the situation where women are, in the East, like removing their headscarves. We're talking about women that are actually dying to have freedom. And we're making a difference because of the shirts that we print that goes all across the world. And it's no small deal. It is a big deal. And we take every shirt seriously.
You get the weight of that. Like, you feel that every time, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to.
And there's definitely days where it's like, man, but it's a feel good thing, and you're like taking a concept, a visual idea, and then you're physically handing it to somebody, and it's translating into something. I'm sure you guys even have shirts of your own that even maybe you don't even fit into, or maybe they're too holy to even wear, but you can't get rid of them because they mean so much to you.
She means reverence.
Oh, like your jacket.
Oh, that is fucked
You
up
just
now.
can't.
Well, like, the fun part though is like, and for people that like watch the YouTube video, which is in our show notes, so for people that are curious, but it's like as we were printing off those first few shirts, there was like a pinprick in the B or something like that. Something was coming through, and it's like I didn't see it. And then all of a sudden, front desk Brett was like, "Hey, so Brett works."
Front desk Brett also works here.
Brett works here, but Brett also works at Specialties. Shout out to
He's
Specialties.
got so many jobs.
He's
So
about
many
to
jobs.
celebrate his 5-year anniversary this fall.
No kidding.
Does he
Isn't
get
that
like a mug?
amazing?
Does he get a pen?
Yeah.
He might get a hug, but
I like.
there's probably gonna be more in that.
I take.
Oh,
I
shit.
I
Whoa,
I take.
whoa.
No.
Well, not like that.
Yeah, like a bag. But
Sorry, Brett.
So the shirt comes off and there's like a pinhole in the B or something was kind of weird, and so goatee, what was his name? There was Chris.
Oh,
and
Dylan.
Dylan, thank you. And so Dylan was like, "Oh, let me look at what this was." And it's like we got to kind of see that hands-on experience of like you're looking at every single shirt, and it's like
Every aspect of it.
it's so freaking cool, and also it's for me, I'm just like, hey, I'm happy to be here. But it's like you guys are watching everything from like the screen, like emulsion process to actually like, and the thing that people don't see, it's like, okay, when you go into a brewery or Elder Pine, which where you went recently, you're doing doing the manual, like, you know, using your biceps and stuff like that. But like, there's like fucking robots.
Who fucking says using your biceps? Who the fuck are you, man?
I don't know. Whatever.
Put your body into it.
Yeah, you put your body into it. Yeah,
yeah. It is the manual live stuff.
I'm gonna use my triceps to say fuck you.
Point to your triceps right now. Eat shit. All right. So, but anyway, but like as you're doing the manual process, but like in the building, it's like there's like robots doing this freaking work, and it's like as it goes through, there's timers. You're watching things. There's things that are built through. There's sensors to protect people. Like
there's a million things that can go wrong at any time,
and you're watching them all, and it's so cool because we walked in. It's like I didn't feel stressed, but then I'm looking at this like I felt stressed looking at all the stuff, and then I'm like,
just knowing how many ways it could go wrong. Yeah.
But you all are just like, hey, can you fix this? I'm like, oh my god, you guys are so good. Like so it was a cool experience for me to kind of see like, folks. You don't know the work that Colin's doing. It's the Lord's work. Listen, he is dead now, but will be dead later after he's done editing this episode. He is just shaking in his slippers. But yeah, anyway, you guys do a tremendous work in the studio, and there's tons of things that you all do, and I get stressed thinking about all the things that could go wrong just as a person, but you all felt so calm, so cool, so collected, and the shirts are freaking awesome. All the shirts you guys do are just great. So it's like you don't sacrifice quality, and it's just the best. But
here's something I wanted to ask.
Yes.
You work under a deadline business, correct?
Correct.
You get orders, and you need to get the shit out.
Yes, logistics. It's a huge pain in the ass.
How does that affect you?
I think that I personally was created to be in a leadership position in a logistics type environment.
Sure.
It's definitely, I love that you didn't feel too much stress about it, but there's definitely days, and that's where actually a lot of other competitors in our industry fall to the wayside. They either lack in communication, lack in their ability to like get the job done or problem solve in order to make sure that stuff is hit on time, out the door, correct, and managed properly. And that's where I come in and just make sure that, hey, we got to like shift the schedule. We got to do this. We got to do that. Hey, we had a pinhole. Hey, that's going to back us up a little bit. Sure. But hey, we're just going to rotate and rearrange and move a couple people in different places. And when something goes wrong, that's where we all hold hands and we say, hey, that got fucked up. But hey, we do. That's, that's not really true. But we all look at each other and we say, hey, let's not sweat it and let's move forward and let's get this done together. And together is really key. I wouldn't be here. The business wouldn't be here without my team. So I have to say thank you to all of them.
How has living under that guise changed you as a human being? I ask that question because I've spent my professional life now working on deadlines every fucking day, and it has changed me. In fact, I now have what was I saying before? The blood pressure medicine because I'm an old motherfucker.
Yeah, your beard is looking very gray and
I know. It's very bad, but have you felt it change you over time?
I think that anybody that deals with the constant pressure and shifting priorities, because in our job you set out with a good game plan every day and you constantly have to evolve and adapt. Yeah. And that is stressful, and you have to be a resourceful person who has the wherewithal to be like, I'm just gonna push through. But yeah, there's days where I'm wondering like, how do I still have hair left on my head? Or I'm like, I don't. Or I'm smiling but I'm really just gritting my teeth. Yeah. And then there's times where I have to be like, hey team, you need to take over because I need to step back and get something else done so we can continue to move forward. And it's just really reprioritizing and delegating. But in terms of me, I feel really good when we get stuff done. I'm like, yes. What else can you throw at me, world? I don't care. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, and it's cool because it's Adrian, it's Dylan, it's Chris, it's front desk Brett. What's the other guy? Oh,
we got Justin in the front doing
That's right,
artwork.
Justin. And then is Jacob still around?
Jake is in there too. He's learning all the production. We've got Kevin, who's also in production. We have C, who also collects the mail and does the deposits. Otherwise, nothing would ever get picked up in the mail or get deposited. We joke about that. She's like, it's not that complicated. I'm like, but I need you to do it because I don't have time. And then we have Andy that fixes stuff and helps with live screen printing, and several other people that will come in and help anytime we need them. So,
but that's like the best.
That's the core staff.
But it's like that's your core core group of people. Like they all have names, they all have faces, they all have personalities, but it's like they all kind of get the same community mindset too. It's just it's super cool. It's like I see all those guys at shows, and it's just it's cool.
It's an extension of the Frederick community. What you were doing, like right now. Guys,
our little community is impacting the big community.
Right. Like, it's so cool.
And we even pray for lots of places in California, Alaska, and like all over the place. And they feel that same community, even though we're not over there.
Yep.
If I'm tumbling and rumbling about downtown, which is not that often anymore because I am old and I have heart medication, and people say, I print in my T-shirts at Special Tees. Like I hear that. I do hear that. It
makes me feel good.
It has to feel.
It feels
really
good. Yeah. I know. You know, I mean, I'm wearing the Old Mother T-shirt today. It's really great to be part of a community. Like I know the owners of Old Mother. I know the owners of several other breweries and other small businesses in the area, whether it's restaurants or any other type of industry. I get to know them personally, and I talk to them like they're people, not just like, so what do you want? I'm like, who are you? What do you need? Let me get in your head. Let me figure out how I can support you, not just through merch, but literally like as a person, or like if you're having a shitty day, do you need a hug? Do you need a therapist on the phone as we're talking about this?
Can I get your number?
Yeah.
But and the coolest thing about to your question, and we'll kind of get into our next segment here just in a second. So if you want to get that queued up, disc man,
good.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at
that. But the coolest thing is like you guys do fun things together.
We do,
and so it's like, I mean, whether it be like parties at Old Mother, whether it be just like fun adventures, like you guys are doing things, and so.
You ready?
Just a quick question though.
Okay.
If your team grows, which obviously it will, where could people try to be a part of it if that's something like if
they want to come work for you?
Yeah, like how could people come work for you if they wanted to? And obviously it depends on if you have a role open now and all that kind of stuff. But like, where would people find a role?
Look, I'll pre-interview anybody you want.
I mean, to be honest, it really does take a very, very specific type of person I'm looking for. It would take a while to explain. But we are always open to receiving applications. You can go to our homepage, go under About, and now Hiring. Now, we're not actually hiring, but it shows several of the positions you can fill out and share information about yourself.
Sure.
And if and when we are ready to move forward, we will reach out to you if your application makes sense for us. Yeah. But I definitely appreciate that. And, it's always good to have new people, especially with the consideration of what's going on in the world these days. Mm-hmm. It's hard good help is hard to find. Yeah. And, who knows where we're going to be in the next year. Hopefully we will need a lot of new hands to keep growing and making a good impact on our community. Yeah.
And you can give your first 10% of your salary to Could Be Better if you apply and because you listen to this podcast. Now, let's bring in our world-renowned, world-famous specialty segment with specialties themselves.
It's in, baby.
We are here.
We got 5 rapid-fire questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you sure?
No.
Are you
Who
ready?
did you want to win? Miami? No.
I mean, Miami, because you said you wanted Miami to win. But it was a thrilling end of the game. I'm glad I saw it for you. Yeah.
So I'm gonna start here, just because this is something.
Don't preface
nobody
it. Just
cares.
I care, but just go.
Your favorite place to eat in Frederick?
Ooh.
And it does not have to be one that you print stuff for. It could be like separate completely.
Man, I mean, there is quite a few that
I know
really,
that's
like.
what I was going to preface it, because I know you're going to be like, I don't want to say this because it might offend this person.
Oh, I don't know about the offending thing, but I mean, there's just lots of diversity in Frederick, lots of really great restaurants in our community. But the top that come to mind is Sabor de Cuba. I love their Cuban sandwich.
It's so good.
I know, right?
That mustard and the pickle.
And Andy ordered me a Cuban sandwich from somebody else, somewhere else, and I was like, I don't want it because it's not from Sabor de Cuba. He's like, but I know you love. It really was. We got into a little fight about it. I was like, dude, I really love a Cuban sandwich, but only from a Sabor de Cuba. But I love Cafe Bueno. Cafe Bueno is just like such a great place to go.
Texana burrito is so good.
I do love a burger or like a cheesesteak from Wags.
God, Wags.
Those are all it's all the most fattening foods. Oh, and I gotta say Lazy Fish also.
Oh, so good.
Yeah,
we just named every single restaurant.
All the food groups. It's great.
I don't know what to do.
So great. Okay. Who's your bucket list client? Like who is like, hey, this is my Moby Dick, right? Is that what you say?
I heard was dick.
but this
No,
is
yeah. If there's somebody, because actually, I've also heard. I don't mean to bump in on your question.
Fuck off.
But like you've printed stuff for like pretty renowned people. Like,
We don't always say those out loud,
right? And I'm not going to do
but
that.
yeah, it goes pretty big into pretty nationally aware corporations that we have done printing for.
Sure.
It helps change the impact of their internal community
Mm-hmm.
for the printing that we've done. But I mean, honestly, right now, I very much am, and specifically for this reason, on the drive to let bands know, because like when COVID hit, a lot of the smaller screen printing companies couldn't hang on because they weren't as diversified as we are, or as like determined as I am. Not no fault of their own. It's just maybe they just didn't have the funding, or I don't know. But I really want bands out there to know that I am a band person. Sure. I love music. I love debating music. I love criticizing music. I love talking about it. But I'm here to help you with your merch needs. And if they don't have like a go-to person that A, knows how to print, B, knows what sells, and C, how to like manage those sales to impact the goodness of the band, they're missing out. And I know all that. So I just want bands to know, like, I am here for you. And then we'll put you on and play the music while we're listening to it. We might even take a production video and share it with you so you can share it with your followers. It's the gift that keeps on giving. So let's listen to your music, let's print your merch, and let's keep it growing.
So who is not so this is back to my question is who's at the top of your list? Like Foo Fighters? Is it Bon Jovi? Is it Microsoft?
I mean, honestly, I would probably have to say Refused. They're international.
Oh fuck yeah!
That'd be
Do you have that record on vinyl? Do you have The Shape of Punk to Come on vinyl?
I don't. But
I know
do
Chris
have
does
it. I do have it on CD.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But that band is amazing to me, and there's one song where he just repeatedly says "Rather be alive, rather be alive." I made my own T-shirt for that before I really was involved in this company, but it just was a red shirt that said "Rather be alive." And if you're an East Coaster, you got low vitamin D, you got stress from logistics, you're probably going to deal with anxiety and depression. And that band to me is always encouraging people to like be harder, be stronger, do the right thing, and rather be alive, man. So whenever they're in town and their print shop fails, call me, guys.
Fuck yeah. Here's number 3. Now I'm asking this in a very simple way because I've had conversations with other people around town using this. So this is not meant to be shitty at all. But what is the biggest challenge of being the boss lady?
I think the biggest challenge is just finding the correct balance between holding people accountable, but also being their friend.
So friendship is an important thing.
Yeah, you got to be able to like communicate to people on their level, but not bend so far that you're going to be inconsistent. And you also they also have to be able to feel that you support them, even though you're going to bust their balls and be like, man, did you fall asleep at the wheel? What happened here?
Right.
And then you got to come back and be like, hey, man, you're human. It's okay.
Yeah.
But let's learn from this, not let it happen again, or else the hammer's going to fall.
Right. So that's why it was.
So
it
a little
okay
bit of fear, but also come back and be like, I love you.
Is it okay to say boss lady? Like that's where I was. Okay.
Yeah, or you could say Mr. Hannah. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Hannah sounds awesome.
I had a subcontractor in there that didn't speak English for their first language. They kept referring to me as Mr. Hannah, and I thought it was great.
I love that.
Perfect.
We are here with Mr. Hannah.
Totally complimentary.
Mr. Hannah.
Question number 4. If you had to pick a superpower, what superpower would you have?
Oh, setting people on fire with my mind.
Yes, that's so good. Now,
Wow.
no, she didn't even have to think about that.
Go.
Yeah, she didn't. You didn't hesitate.
I know.
No,
That was wild.
That goes back to my childhood. Somebody asked me that's what came out. It was like at a Thanksgiving family thing, and I was really gritty. It was the 90s. It was really full of, a little internal rage at the time.
Sure.
Probably still am.
Yeah, sure.
But even still to this day, it's like, well, you can't trace it back to me. And then, it's also like sometimes people do terrible things.
Yeah.
You just kind of like wonder why they're still there. And I would never take action on them in real life.
Yeah,
because karma will do it, sort itself out.
Yes, but follow-up question: who's at the top of that list? And is it Colin?
Oh, what the fuck was that? Man, that was pointed.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, Hannah, you want to hang out outside of Chris?
Yeah.
Jesus, can we just like get a Cuban sandwich so I'm not the worst person in the world?
No, do I need to tell you you're okay even though you're still a human?
Is there anybody at the top of the list?
I'm sure there probably is, but I prefer not to dwell on it
Okay,
too
all right.
much.
Well, we'll take it off
I prefer
air.
not to dwell on it too much, only because, and this is just encouraging everybody else out there, when you're feeling like feelings of frustration or like angry at somebody, and maybe that is with like absolute righteous reason to do so, it only hurts yourself to like sit on that and dwell on it too much. It poisons you from the inside out, and I definitely believe in that. So I just like let the world take it away. I do not need to be the one to execute your death plan.
But you could, maybe, if you have superpowers. All right, question 5. Here we go.
Just execute my death penalty tonight. I'd be very happy to get. Anyway, so this is the last question. If there is one thing, and I'm only prefacing this.
So many prefaces.
Well, I'm only saying this because I ended up having to write this for somebody else. Like when it came to like the best albums of 2022, I had to I was very adamant on, hey, I just found this record in the year 2022. It didn't come out in 20. So what I'm saying is, right now, like when you get in your car on the way to work, or maybe when you leave here tonight, what is the music that you have to listen to right now because it's going to pump you up or it's going to make you feel a certain way? What is that thing that you're connecting with right now?
I mean, I hate to sound cliche, but honestly, like I really did choose that High Noon Kahuna because it made me. So High Noon Kahuna is like your surf rock with like a punk backbone with a darker edge to it. So it's really meaty. It's really got this like unique bass, like driving, hard hitting sound. And I just, if I had been a graphic novelist and I knew that somebody was going to convert into a movie, I would want them to play the soundtrack for that graphic novel. That's like kind of the metaphor. They're very driving, and it's like, all right, either I really want to start speeding in my car to get to where I need to go, or I need to start dancing, or I need to start getting shit done. And I love them. But honestly, on another scale, it'd be like Refused, or
I love that you keep going back to Refused.
I love Refused.
But,
they are one of my favorite bands.
Like we have the same type of anger, and Chris does too.
Yeah.
Not like the Metallica Malian Anger with You. Does anybody remember that album?
It's just hey,
whoa, we're recording. God damn, what the fuck?
Jeez.
Jesus Christ! No! Hey! Get out! No! Ow!
Dude, who is she?
I don't know.
Do you know who she is?
I don't know.
All right, hey, we're gonna wrap this up. Ken, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you guys for having me.
So again, this is the specialty segment with specialties themselves on it. Just one, just at the top of the pyramid. But let's be real. Specialties is a big family doing a bunch of cool things.
And once they set up this bootleg,
yeah. So I'm gonna
have
set
to
the
edit
bootleg.
this in later
I know it's gonna be
because
fine.
Everything is all fucked right now.
It's fine. But anyway, special-tees.com. Listen to High Noon Kahuna.
Special-tees.com.
And we're gonna have tons of cool things. Again, 10% off your first order. Telling them could be better sent you. This song is by Davey Haynes and Joni Mason because there was a show. Middle Kid and Zach Willis.
He couldn't make it, man.
Came all the way out. Well,
COVID,
no, he made it, and then he got COVID after he was here. And so Davey opened up the show in a heroic effort. And so Davey and Joni played, and this is one of my favorite songs from the set. Thank you, Dylan, for setting this up. So this came from February 11th, and this is song number 3 from Davey and Joni. Thanks, guys.
One last stand, we move on.
Could Be Better podcast is allegedly heard in 25 different countries around the world, and definitely still not recorded in a bedroom.
Yeah, okay. Still, check out our worldwide website, www.couldbebettermeh.com, for links to our social media and our fancy brand new revamped YouTube channel that now has actual video.
And if you don't like what you see, well, neither do we. But if you want to hear from smarter, better, more educated and cultured people, please check out the new podcasts. This is Not My Magnum Opus and The Weekly with Kiki on our brand new Could Be Better podcast network. And don't hesitate to leave us or them, actually, probably just them, a 5-star review wherever you listen to podcasts. Now, Chris, did I miss anything?
Yeah, man, we do a lot of shows. Whatever.
Well, can I find them on our website?
I'm Chris Perry.
And I'm Colin McGuire, and we are out of time. So for now, remember, everybody, this always could be better.